Alright, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to compare two very popular colostrum supplements. We have ARMRA and we have Cowboy Colostrum. So I have done individual reviews on both of these products. I like them both. They are very similar. However, there are a couple of key differences that might be the difference makers for you if you're deciding between these two products. I have been familiar and have used ARMRA for a few years now. Back when it first came out, I tried it. It's only kind of grown and the buzz and the hype has only gotten bigger over the past few years. It seems like every influencer that I know promotes this product, lots of people doing it. Yeah, it's a good product. It's all over the place. You're probably very familiar with this. If you're like me, you are less familiar with the Cowboy brand. However, as soon as it kind of came across my radar, I was definitely intrigued, definitely interested. I love the whole branding. It's just kind of a cool branding concept, and they have a few things about them that are just like a little bit different that I'm like, yeah, I like that. And there are of course a ton of other colostrum supplements on the market. However, this is the only one aside from ARMRA that really caught my eye, piqued my interest, and made me think, okay, that looks like it's a really good product. With both of these products, these brands really only focus on colostrum. ARMRA does have like a different product now, but it's along the same lines. But in general, these brands really just focus on one thing, and I always like a brand that really only does one thing really well, and that's the case with both ARMRA and Cowboy. So main differences between the two, I have an unflavored ARMRA here right now, but they also have like 3 or 4 different flavors. They're all fruity flavors, so they have like blood orange, they have a watermelon one, and I think an apricot one right now. They do seasonal flavors. One of the biggest differences is ARMRA focuses more on like fruity kind of flavoring, so like light fruity. You mix it with water, which I'll show you guys how both of them mix. It's just kind of like something that's super easy. You pop a scoop in your water, easy to drink, things like that. Mixes really well. With Cowboy, they took like a creamier, richer approach. So their flavors are, they have unflavored, but they also have vanilla and chocolate. So they do like a creamy, rich flavor. And then when I started doing research into Cowboy, it made more sense when I found out that they don't strip their colostrum. They leave it in its full fat state. So that doesn't mean that it's like full of fat and calories. They just leave all that extra kind of like healthy goodness in there, which is different from ARMRA, but that just makes more sense for their like creamy, robust, full flavors of the chocolate and vanilla. So just kind of very different flavor profiles between the two. You either are more towards the like creamy, savory, chocolate, vanilla type thing, which I mix with almond milk. I have never tried it with water. It just doesn't sound good to me like that. Or you're looking for light and fruity, and that would be your ARMRA. As you can see, these are 2 different size containers. Cowboy actually has 3 grams of colostrum per scoop, whereas ARMRA has 1 gram per scoop. Now, ARMRA recommends that you start off with 1 scoop and then you get up to 2, 3, even 4 scoops per day. There are 120 servings in here, so it will last you a while, but you do have to take multiple scoops in order to get the full dosage. I like that Cowboy does have 3 grams per scoop, so 1 scoop is pretty much good enough. I think you can double that up. I've never done that. Yeah, it does say you can do 2 to 3 scoops. I've never done that. If you did, you would really blow through your container pretty quickly. There's 40 servings in here, so 40 scoops. This one has 120 scoops, smaller grams of colostrum per serving, and then this one has more grams per serving. It kind of all balances out in my opinion. I do think that cost-wise, they're very similar. Again, it's just gonna come down to what's more convenient for you. Do you wanna just do 1 scoop per day and call it good, or do you wanna be using multiple scoops potentially periodically throughout the day? Both brands offer like single serve packs, so you can take them on the go. You know, like I said, very similar. Let me show you how they mix up. This is unflavored, so I wish I had a flavored one here. I actually they had a limited Tai Chi flavor over the winter, and I tried it and I didn't like it at all. I'm actually not a big tea fan, so it wasn't a great fit for me. If I'm doing the unflavored, I don't usually just drink it with water. I'll just kind of pop it in like my daily smoothie. I'll mix it in with some yogurt. Again, it's so easy to mix together. This is the unflavored mixed with water. It kind of creates like a, you know, whitish kind of look. It doesn't taste like anything, but it mixes really well. It's not chalky. You don't get a bunch of residue, nothing like that. Now for the Cowboy, I'm gonna mix that with almond milk. That's one thing I will say about Cowboy is you do wanna mix it with something creamy. So you could mix it with your yogurt or your smoothie or something like that, but if you're just gonna straight up take it, I would mix it with milk, which does, I mean, it's probably only like 20, 30 calories for, I use unsweetened almond milk, but just a heads up on that, it does add calories. But if you are somebody who enjoys like a creamy, frothy drink, that's what you're gonna get with this. And I do recommend having one of these like hand mixers, because if you just mix it with a spoon, it will leave like residue. And this kind of froths up. It's like a frothy, creamy glass of milk. This is the vanilla flavor. Their flavors are very subtle, so not overly sweet. There isn't like added sugars and things like that. It just has like a nice light flavor profile, both with the vanilla and the chocolate. So really yummy. So I'll wrap all this up. Both products are excellent. I like them both. If I had to choose, if I could only take one for the rest of my life, I would probably go with ARMRA, just because the fruity is just so much easier. I can just pop a scoop in my water. I'm already drinking water all day anyway. It makes it really simple to mix in. Whereas with the Cowboy, it's just like a little bit more laborious as far as like getting milk and things like that. And I'm not always craving that. But overall, both really good products. You might want to take the approach that I did and try to get both and test them both at different times. Results for both of them are very similar. They have very similar like brand ethos, sourcing, all that kind of stuff. It's all like on point, really, really good. I trust both brands. But yeah, ARMRA would be my pick overall, just because it's like a little bit more convenient and the flavors and things like that, but Cowboy's really good too. So I'm gonna leave links down below for both of these products. I do think I have a 15% off coupon for Cowboy for you, and then if I have anything for ARMRA, I'll leave that link down below for you as well, so you can get the best price. Other than that, let me know which one you guys choose and what your thoughts are.